Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll get a look at Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers as they square off against the #1 overall pick, Kyler Murray, and the Arizona Cardinals. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, it is a gorgeous night in the desert. The roof is open, the stars are out, the good life. And we've got football ahead from State Farm Stadium here in Glendale, Arizona. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel. And the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their -3-game win streak. On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they can't be any better as we hit the halfway mark. A perfect 7-0 on the year.
And when we looked at this team in August and we looked at the schedule, we thought they had the potential to get off to a hot start, but I don't think either of us expected 7-0.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Cardinals set to go on offense. It'll be Kyler Murray leading the way. What a year for him at Oklahoma in 2018. Heisman Trophy winner, better than 4,300 passing yards, 42 touchdowns. And don't forget about running the football as well. He had a 1,000-yard season rushing it with 12 touchdowns on the ground as well. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro, and he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. And here are the offensive starters for Arizona.
And partner, sometimes it's good for a team to get the Thursday nighter right after a loss because you don't have very long to stew on what just happened. You have to turn right around, get ready, and go out and play again. Or, as one of the veterans told me, I actually like this because I can keep my anger for this short amount of time and take it out on the other team.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Starting lineup here on defense for San Francisco. This is a crew that has only allowed 23 points over the last 4 games.
Nick Bosa.
What about him?
Nick Bosa.
He's good.
Don't forget DeForest Buckner, Eric Armstead, D. Ford, Solomon Thomas. They invested heavily in that defensive front. We're talking about first-round picks across the board. And Nick Bosa looking like a strong Rookie of the Year candidate, maybe even a strong Defensive Player of the Year candidate. 3 sacks in the game against Carolina.
Yeah, that was an impressive Week 8 performance. He also had an interception in that ball game, and now 7 sacks on the year for him. A first down carry here for Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That goes for 14 yards. First down, Cardinals. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they're in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Murray, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. 49ers taking the field. Jimmy Garoppolo, there he is, has his team off to a 7-0 start. Week 8 thumping of the Panthers, 51-13. Now, Garoppolo's numbers weren't big in that game, but they didn't have to be because they had the big lead. He threw for 175 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Well, what he has going for him is a heck of a run game. Almost doesn't matter who's carrying the ball. I know Matt Breida hurt an ankle in this ball game, but Tevin Coleman, the acquisition from Atlanta in the offseason, he's a big get.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Garoppolo able to find Goodwin for a big one, 53 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Here we go.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
Garoppolo's pass complete to Marquise Goodwin. Touchdown, San Francisco.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Next to score, Niners 7.
The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Arizona Cardinals coming back out here on offense, and this is a team that has hit the midway point of the season at 3-4-1, Charles. They tied week 1 against the Lions, then they lost 3 straight, and people were thinking, oh, no. They won 3, and now they lost 1 to the Saints last week in week 8. So, I don't know. What do you think of this team and under first-year head coach Cliff Kingsbury?
Yeah, I think that the Saints game has been the outlier for them because I think overall they've played pretty well and have been in just about every game previously. So, getting run out of the Superdome, that shouldn't surprise us. But I think what does surprise me is how well they've actually played throughout the season. For them to be at 3-4-1 doesn't look like much. But remember, last year, Would they win one game?
Yeah.
So you're talking about some improvement already. I've seen it throughout. David Johnson, their star running back, hasn't really contributed much this year due to injuries. But how about Chase Edmonds 2 weeks ago in New York? Putting 3 touchdowns on him where he went to school at Fordham, and now they made the big trade for Kenyon Drake of the Dolphins. This team has potential moving forward.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 35-yard line.
On second and 12, Murray. Pass incomplete. The intended receiver was David Johnson, and it's third down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. The 49ers have Richie James back deep. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. San Francisco coming back out here offensively, and it gives us a chance to revisit that 7-0 start that they've had. Maybe their most impressive of the 7 wins was this past week, Week 8, 51-13, as we talked about earlier, over Carolina. I just don't know, you know, you look at this division, and it's a very good division, but I don't know that anybody can keep pace with San Francisco.
And I know that we look at them on the defensive side, and rightly so, as one of the dominant teams in the league. They've proven that. But their offense, head coach Kyle Shanahan, he is terrific as a play caller and play designer. They put up the most points in one game since December of 1993 against Carolina. Tevin Coleman goes for 4 touchdowns. I know he had 3 of them in the first half. Now they go to Arizona on Halloween night, a Thursday night game. Then 3 home games. Seattle, Arizona again, and then a huge game.
It got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31. Sometimes the one-handed catches are unnecessary, but he was trying to ward off the defender with the other, so maybe that was just a good play.
So that tells you that not only do they imagine those types of catches, they actually work on them with defenders jostling them in order to keep their concentration and haul it in.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. And that's complete to Sanders. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
Here we go. 180! 43. Check, 43.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Oh, Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
Murray, a quick throw out to Kirk. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. Well, that's a familiar connection right there. Christian Kirk was in the same class as Kyler Murray at Texas A&M. They played together as freshmen before Murray transferred. Kirk, though, he stayed in College Station, had a great 3-year career before being drafted 47th overall in 2018. Was having a solid rookie campaign last year, but then broke his foot in Week 13 and was shut down the rest of the way. On second down, Johnson. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. The Cardinals on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing is Murray on third down. He may try and run for this. And he slides to avoid the hit.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
They'll run it with Johnson. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Throwing now is Garoppolo. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 53 yards. Working from the gun, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. By the way, the final Sunday in October every year is called National Tight End Day. And for George Kittle, he had a pretty good... And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Matt Breida, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it was Matt Breida who had the touchdown run to put an end to it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Murray now to throw, and that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Here's Andy Lee now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. James now to return. 12 yards on the return that time, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. As far as the early games go on Sunday, we'll have our eye on Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. A big one for the Chiefs, as they'll get set to tangle with the Minnesota Vikings. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being up in Seattle, where we find the Seahawks taking on the Tampa Bay Bucks. And finally, on Sunday Night Football, a couple of nights before Election Day, it's the Patriots and the Ravens in a good one from Baltimore. In the game you're watching, it was Jimmy Garoppolo who was brilliant in that first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Garoppolo looks to throw, and that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Oh, Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage. Well, Charles, 18 of the 32 teams have now played 8 games, half their season. The other 14 will reach the midway point next week, so we'll save the midseason grades and awards until then. But
thank you. I like that.
We'll wait on that, but let's look at a few underperforming teams thus far that have played 8 games, and you tell me what you think their final record's going to be. Now, let's start with the Chargers at 3-5.
Big win in Chicago on Sunday. I like him to go 5.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Chandler Jones has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
They need stops to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They fell in their ball game last week. That was a loss to the Saints, but they're on top here as they begin this drive. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They begin the drive with Johnson. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 30-yard line.
Let's get off the field, defense.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray rolling to his right. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Kyler Murray, a 1,000-yard rusher as a quarterback in his Heisman campaign at Oklahoma. He's got the first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Back at his own 49.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun on third down, Murray. Oh, he's going to go for it all. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. He's got it. They're back within a score. It's 8, 21-13. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them. So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there and a first down. Matt Breida at Georgia Southern now in his third year in a 49er uniform. He was tough to keep off the field last year. Very good yards per carry. 5.3 on 153 attempts. Good for over 800 yards rushing. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. They go play action here on first down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught.
We got this.
That one goes for 30 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8.
Mike 54.
And the Cardinals
First down, Murray. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
At the 47-yard line.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. Oh, now Murray has it stripped.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Murray sets to throw on fourth. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. And this is going to be incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on fourth down. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the first. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Coleman. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. Fights free yet again. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it was Matt Breida who had the touchdown run to put an end to it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now let's look at David Johnson. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you, and it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the second half.
Now Murray. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. This complete to the tight end Clay. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Murray now. And that is incomplete. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. On the return, it's James. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Here we go,
On second down, it's Coleman. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle. They will run again with Coleman. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. So the victory here for San Francisco. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Niners, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Arizona, it's loss number 5 for them on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.